You're always the first to put the bins out on a Wednesday. McLysets will be next. Your man just grabs them on his way out to the car, but you come out just to put the bins out. And it's like, you're really that organised. You really plan putting out the bins. Everyone else only remembers when they see yours. But you've just got to be perfect, haven't you? Not just the bins. Every part of every day planned to a T. Even on a Monday, you're up, dressed, out for a run at 10 to 7. 20 minutes earlier than you used to do it. It's going well, obviously. Then I'd say you're back for a lovely breakfast made for you. And by 8, you're getting back in the car, rocking a perfect business casual, peroxide blonde hair, half up, half down, throwing the kids' swimming gear into the boot for after school. You've got it down to a fine art at this stage. I bet you're not even smug about it. You wouldn't show off how well put together you are to someone like me. You don't need to. I see it all myself.
I was worried you were only coming out to be nice. I struggled for months to get you away from the family for a night. I'd assumed it just wouldn't happen. But tonight, you called me. Doesn't matter why it's happening now. I'm just happy to pretend we're college kids again. That's probably what you're looking for, too. You know, stealing a moment for yourself, a moment where you're not just a mom. At least it's a night you haven't talked only about your home life. A lot of people don't like that, but I know you're just committed. I know that you're more than that. I know you well enough to see you outside of that. And tonight, it's like you've come back to me. And apparently you've come back swinging, because I've never heard you this loud in the back of a taxi. You're trying to convince me to stay out, to let the night go on past 2 a.m. Guess it's just the drink, but I tell you we'll go out again soon. That at least makes you smile. Then I drag you back home.
You didn't drink the coffee I made you, but that's absolutely fine, you know. Yesterday you said it was because it was a little too hot for you to drink it. So I added a little cold water today, but I guess you still didn't get the chance. I'll ask you again when you get home. You know, you're so busy in the mornings, you just need to get out as soon as possible, which is absolutely fine. You know, you're so busy, so I keep my evenings free, but yesterday you said you wanted to see your friend, which was nice, you know, but I still don't really get why, because I just want to spend every second of the day with you. I don't know, maybe we could get breakfast together. I know you like to go for your run while I'm having my breakfast, but I can get up earlier, I don't mind. Or maybe I could start running with you, you know? But the kids need to get ready for school, you know? We could go on your lunch break. Could drive out to meet you. But you like longer showers after your run, don't you? You're supposed to do that in the office. Maybe we could just eat lunch together, you know? Maybe I'll surprise you. You'll like that, you know? Some alone time together.
You slipped up today. Usually I wonder if you're even human half the time. Never late to pick them up. Never a hair out of place, and all with your perfect little house and family. But today you slept, and the little angels were without a lunch. Not a bother to you, though, of course. You could make it in for a drop-off, probably between meetings. It's not a wonder the kids are so good. I'd say you've got them in a lovely little routine every day. Homework done straight away, lovely little dinner, and then off to the football training, or whatever's that evening. I do love all the kids, mind you, but you too hardly make a sound. Hardly leave a scrap of paper out of place, bless them. Raised well, like myself, I'd say. I'd say you're quite proud, and why shouldn't you be? I would.
A bouquet of flowers on a random Thursday. Right. Is this supposed to cover for your botched Sunday roast? Go on, try it all. My mind won't change on you. I don't know how Marty doesn't see through it. It was never a good fit, if I say so myself. My Martin has always been a real family boy, not a real go-getter type, which I always think is nicer. He knows that what matters is family. And, well, I'm not quite sure I would say you're on the same page. But I can't tell him that. I'd say he'd be crushed. You'd swear the world revolved around you when he speaks. He's always trying to see as much of you as possible. I just don't think he chose the right girl. I still think that Sarah Burke would have been a good fit, but sure look. Joanne Hannigan said that to me on the night of the wedding. Imagine! Sarah Burke married Sam Casey's son in the end, Kevin. Catherine Brady says they're heading towards a divorce. Imagine! And then with young kids. That'd be the Casey boys doing. Sarah Burke wouldn't have had that in her. I don't know about you, though. I hope to God you've more sense than that. Anyhow, I'm sure Sarah Burke wouldn't forget to buy cornflour.
I'm the only one you talk to here. Like, properly talk to. Not just making a small talk or in a meeting. They try to suggest we move to desk away from each other, so we might actually do our jobs. But I think we'll still find a way to chat non-stop from 9 to 5. We talk about a lot of things. About how they always have 2 biscuits in the canteen. About how it's not fair that the people from the other office use our car park spaces. About how you feel like everything is pushing in on top of you. You're never specific. You just need someone to listen. And today, when we were standing on the photocopier, you were talking about it again. That feeling. And I just listened. You get a lot of bad press around here. People say you are full of yourself, that you are Little Miss Perfect. But I know you better. I know what it's really like. Well, I know that you struggle. I know enough.
Bread. There's no point in you putting that into your bag yet. It's only going to get squashed. And why do you need 5 loaves of bread? 4 packs of Babybel cheeses, enough to feed a whole class of school kids, or one for like a month. My mum never used to let me get those. Bottled water. Great, because the environment needed that. Bell peppers. Are you doing your full-on grocery shop at 2 a.m? Usually the only perk to this shift is that I've only got to scan either milk or cans, or in some intriguing cases a middle ground between the two. So why are you here? Why are you being all polite and normal like it's a Sunday 8 to 2 shift? You look like you should be getting your full 8 hours to fit in your tightly packed schedule tomorrow. But no, you're coming at me now with Weetabix and Windoline and water wipes. And Ballymaloe relish, Jesus, this one's got notions. And more milk. Why didn't you get all your milk together? Cheese, baking soda, cat food for senior cats. That's such a scam, you know. I saw it on a documentary. Laundry detergent. Did you really have to purchase this at 2 a.m? Carrots and processed ham and Hellman's mayonnaise and cocktail sausages and Mikkados biscuits and Tropicana and self-raising flour and Dalmio instant pasta sauce and oven pizzas and pot noodles. Now, so cash your card.
I always think I can walk it. The girls ask me if I'm sure I don't want to share a taxi, and I say I'm sure, save my money, and I'm off into the night. That's where you find me. Shoes in hand, stumbling down some barely lit main road. For a minute I think my life is going to end there and then when you slow down beside me. Even still, I know that I shouldn't take a lift from a stranger. Every girl knows that. But you're just a woman. And you don't seem to have any murder weapons in the back seat, just groceries. I reckon I could overpower you if I needed to. I played county up until last year, so I'm stronger than I look. And you just look tired. Like you wouldn't even be bothered to kill me. There's a silence, I think. And then you ask me how my night was, and I think I say it was good. I think it was good. And I ask you how yours was, and you just laugh. But then you're talking. I'm busy trying to remember if I'd left a key out, and when I tune back in, you're still talking. Like, talking, not making conversation. Talking about home and family and pressure. Talking about leaving. My mind can't help but wander. I'm thinking about how good it's going to feel to take my lashes off, and I feel I should listen, but now I'm thinking of the guy who said he was going to call Josie, and I wonder if he actually will, and you're still talking about feeling like you're choking, and I feel like this isn't for me to hear. Like you shouldn't be saying it. Not to me. Maybe you just want to vent to someone who won't remember. Maybe you just want to be a little vulnerable too. I tell you that it's the next left to my place, that I'm the second last house at the end of the road. I give a sigh of relief as I see my front door. I thank you, and you just smile and shake your head. You stay until I get in the door, and then a little longer.
You don't usually get this train. This is usually my train. The carriage is usually free until at least Carrickstown. Usually it's just me and my bag and my coat if it's rainy and my umbrella if it's really rainy, but not windy. I go in for the smile, or at least an awkward nod acknowledgement. But you don't get back to me. It's fine though, whatever. Someone already smiled at me today. The guy I passed at the traffic lights, and honestly I'm perfectly fine with just one smile for the morning. You look like you need one though. I bet no one smiled at you at the traffic lights. I try again. You still don't meet me. It's not like it's difficult. It's just a smile. And you're standing there with your Orla Keeley handbag, like that puts you above me. If I had a shirt that expensive, at least I wouldn't have it half tucked into my jeans. And the hair, that's got to take some effort to maintain. More effort than it takes to smile anyway. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't get it that maybe I need you to smile at me. For all you know, this has been the worst morning of my life. For all you know, I'm some Victorian orphan being shipped off to a haunted house out in the country. I mean, I'm actually on my way to work, but that's not the point. What could you be thinking about that's so intense that you can't spare a second? You still don't meet me. Why are you on the train? This is usually my train. It's usually just me and my coat and my bag, and you've got this massive fuck off one of your own, and you're taking up the whole aisle with it. Where are you going this early in the morning? Why won't you smile at me? Why won't you look at me? You still won't meet me.
An hour they were left with me. The little boys, bless their souls, didn't even dream of making a fuss. But I could see they were confused. As was I. You're always on time. Early, if anything. Not today. We tried to ring, but straight to voicemail it went. Probably just an off day, but you never have off days. Nothing like this, anyway. In the end, it's your husband who arrives. Offering no excuse, just whisks the kid off into the car. I can see their little worried faces as he drives off. I'm thinking the worst, of course, but I don't believe myself. Sure, what's the worst that could have happened?
I keep waiting for you to call me. I keep thinking you'll have to call me, because if you don't call me, then maybe you haven't just left and something has happened, and because I know you, and I know you just wouldn't leave without... But I guess I don't know. The you I know wouldn't leave like that. I mean, you joked about leaving. We looked at tickets once and shitty cheap apartments to move into, and I can't understand why I didn't think for a second you were serious, and I don't know why I didn't tell you that I could help and you could stay with me, but I guess we were just in different places then. I don't know if it's my fault. I just wish you were here. You could have stayed and watched my life begin like I did for you. But you're gone. And I think you're going to stay gone. I just hope you're not alone. God, I hope you're okay. I hope you can stay. And I hope nobody drags you back home.
The phone's ringing. Your husband asking about you. That speaks volumes, doesn't it? Your husband calling me, years after we broke up, wondering if I know where you are. I don't blame him, to be honest. I'd expect you to come back here. It didn't make sense that you left me in the first place, but that's on you. You always were convinced that you didn't have enough, that you deserved more. You insisted that you wanted that family life you got, and you said that I was the one who wouldn't commit. But I saw through it. Your commitment only lasts when things are perfect. From the first crack you notice, you're ready to break it all apart and start again. You don't look at what you leave behind. You don't care. But you will come back. You'll get bored again. The next call will be from you.
You've made a bit of a scene for yourself, haven't you? No need for the guards to be around asking my Martin questions. It's got nothing to do with him. Well, anyway, I took the boys over for the weekend to get them away from it all. And sure, am and I like some sort of celebrity when I go into the shops. Everyone wants to know if we've heard anything, and I tell them no, we haven't. And people tell me they'll pray for you, and I want to tell them that that isn't going to do you much good, wherever you are. You're either going to reappear or you're not, and I don't think there's much we can do other than let time run its course. Of course, the children would love to see you back. But to be quite frank, they're young, and they'll adapt, and I just think we have to let things run their course.
They cleared your desk today. All your stuff, your photos and bios and everything, all thrown into books. They never talk about you openly. They just whisper about you during lunch. Nobody understands. They think something has to happen, that you wouldn't just leave. I guess you didn't talk to anyone else like you talked to me. Not even your family or your friends. I knew you were struggling. I knew someday you were just going to do something to change it. I listened. Maybe you thought that I wouldn't try to stop you. I think I will have. I don't really know. But I know the most.
They asked me if there was anything unusual about you, that this is the last place you used your card, and they want to know if anybody seemed to follow you out to your car or if you were being watched. It was over 2 weeks ago, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to remember. They read out your grocery list to me, in hopes, I suppose, that it may jog my memory somehow. 5 Brennan sliced pans, 4 Babybel Junior soft light cheese, Weetabix, Windeline, water wipes, Ballymaloe relish, notions. I tell them that I just think those are weird things that I've been buying at 2:34 a.m. And they say that's why they wanted to talk to me. And they want to know if you were acting weird, and I try to tell them that I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to know what weird looks like for you, seeing as I don't know what you're like when you're normal. And I mean, you did seem normal. That was the weirdest part. They want to know if you seem to be under the influence, and I say I didn't exactly notice, because most people are at that time. And they ask if I'm saying you were drunk, and I say that that's not what I was saying. They thank me for my time, and I hope you're all right.
I think of you and I don't know what to feel. I drive past your house and see the single car. Your number is still in my contacts, but you never called. Never called a soul. I don't know why I don't just let you be gone. I have no reason to care about where you are. You made the choice. You left me, you left him, anyone who wanted the best for you. I mean, you left your own kids, for fuck's sake. It's pretty clear you don't care about what you left behind, so why should we think about you? Something happened, right? Something must have happened. You'd be back by now. You'd have called. You'd have reached out for help. It doesn't make sense. Hope you're alive? That's a stupid thing to think. Of course you're alive. You're just gone. Somewhere better, I guess. Somewhere you could be better.
I have realised that I don't actually enjoy coffee in the mornings. I always just wanted to do it with you. I also don't enjoy the series we started, the one with the detective. But I couldn't tell you that, you know, because you said you just wanted to watch it yourself anyway. You told me I wouldn't like it. I'm trying to get into running though. And I know you always insisted that that was your thing, but I just want... I also do not enjoy watching the news. I used to tell you that I wanted to stay informed, but I just wanted to watch it with you. And now I'm watching it for you. I do not enjoy long, hot showers. I thought it was maybe something we could bond over, you know? But I really just rather quickly hopping in and out. There's no need for me to be quick, because I'm not in any sort of rush. And, you know, there's nothing for me to do anyway. I don't enjoy sitting alone in the kitchen. I normally just did whatever you were doing, you know. I miss just being wrapped around you. And I don't understand what more I could have done. You always told me how much you loved your alone time, but I don't know how anybody would ever want this sort of space. You always talked about needing space, and I get you, I do, but I'm only me when I'm with you. And we need each other, you know? I am what you are. We just need our alone time together.
A tenner a morning to watch your kids while your husband goes for a run. Sometimes he's not even gone 20 minutes. He tells me to help myself to coffee or orange juice, but honestly, neither are nice. The coffee is really old and the orange juice is from concentrate. The kids talk about paper mache and nothing. If he goes on another run this week, I think I'll buy myself a puffer jacket. Or maybe I'll start a holiday fund. I'm not sure where I'll go. And I need to start saving for a mortgage. I can't rent forever. I like this area though. I wonder if he was serious about putting the house up for sale. He gets back. This is maybe the shortest run yet. You used to be gone for ages sometimes. He tells me he will see me tomorrow. I realise I forgot to put the bins out.